I know it.
Whereabouts was Linda's house that Elvis bought for her? And could you elaborate what it looked like?
It was a beautiful house. You went out of Graceland and turned right on Elvis Presley. You went down. Was hers on Hickory?
I think it was.
And you turned on that street, and her house was like up on a hill, and it was kind of like, and it was a beautiful house. She had it redecorated before she moved in, and it was really pretty. We've been, visited her several times, and after, before she sold it, we visited her after Elvis's death. She had a pool in the back, a big fence around it, and it was real pretty house, a big house.
So everyone seems to have spoken very highly of Linda Thompson. How do you all feel that she differed from the rest of the girls he was with, and what made her stand out, and do you all still keep in touch with her?
We do.
Linda was just, she was just down to earth, she was, easy to talk to. Then,
she accepted Elvis's style and what he wanted. She was not jealous of the guys being around, or Linda was really good to us.
Mm-hmm.
She just fit in. She was from the South, like like Elvis, and a lot of her growing up was the same way. Her family, her whole family was good people.
Mm-hmm.
Her mother and daddy and her brother, her sister-in-law, all of her family was like her. They were just friendly, and Linda could sit down and just fit in with anybody.
Right.
She was just that way. She, as far as I know, she still is. She, we don't see her a lot, but she has her life out in California, and we live back here. But we do every so often, not every day, but we keep in touch and comment on each other's posts and stuff like that. She was just a great person. I loved her to death.
Yeah.
What was Dee like, and why was she not well liked? Did y'all get along with Dee?
I always got along with Dee.
I got along with her. I didn't know her real well, but
I wasn't like best friends either, but she Dee was always nice to me. And I know when I would go up there, I would go on Fridays and pick up Billy's check before I started traveling with them. And she was, when they would be up there, she would like hold my baby and play with the kids. And she was a very religious woman. And I don't think she was Church of Christ, and she went to that one in Whitehaven, and she made sure those boys were in church every time the doors were open. She was that way. She couldn't drive. She didn't drive. Vernon had to take her, or one of her friends. She volunteered for church work. I don't know. I think the whole thing was like she was not Elvis's mother. And a lot of people had known. I never met Elvis's mother. I came along after, but Billy, But I didn't. I never had any harsh words or anything for Dee. I know she had some strange ways sometimes, and Elvis. I think Elvis liked her. He just didn't want. He just wanted her to know she was not taking the place of his mother, and that was his mother's house, not her house, Graceland. But I don't know how she got that I know she got the reputation about writing that book and saying those nasty things in it, but I think, I don't know, it's just what I think, that she was hurt because she was crazy about Vernon. And I think when he got mixed up with somebody else, that was, she did that for revenge, or
Right.
or maybe would add some sensation or something in that book so that it would sell.
Now, she was a little bit pushy. That's the only
Yeah,
thing,
she
you know.
was very pushy. She not a little bit, but very.
Yeah, and I mean, she would bring, other people up there, to the house and all, even when Elvis, was there, and he, because he wasn't crazy about that, because he usually wanted to know who was, there and all, and too, she, I don't mean any harm by this, but she pushed her kids
Right.
on Elvis, I mean, that she didn't go and without them kids going too, which, gosh, I would have too, I mean, I'm not downing her for that, I'm just saying,
No, but that brings up another thing about, I don't know if they said it or didn't, but Elvis never wanted to adopt them, for them to be adopted and have the Presley name. I mean, he said, I'm the only child out of this. They are my stepbrothers. They're not my half brothers. They're not my,
Right.
But he said once, it's not like they're my brothers, but
yeah, he did. I wouldn't
he
say
said I
that.
care about them,
He cared about them, but
and he did,
but like, he did. He said
and
I
he
care
was
about them,
close
but it's
to
not
them,
like they're my brothers.
in a lot of ways, but he, I don't think he didn't want no adoption. I can tell you
Right.
that. But
I don't even know if that came up. He cut that off right away. And to their daddy,
yeah,
he didn't.
he wanted them to keep the standing name,
Right.
I think, but.
All right. Do you think that Priscilla was the main influence of why Lisa did not keep in contact with relatives back here in the Memphis area?
I think so, because I mean,
Some, I don't know. how
while
much.
she was little, but after she got older, she had to remember everybody, because she spent so much time with all of us.
Right.
She came out to our trailer in the back and ate, and I still have one of her little cups that she gave to Joey. I think I saw their set in the Presley, but I have the little cup that goes to that she had given to Joey, that she brought out there, and she spent a lot of time out at our house and up in their tree house out there and all that. I just feel like, she was so young when he passed away, and then as time went on, as she got to be even 16, that had been, 7 years, and she just didn't, I know she did go back to see Laura on her way here one time, but I don't think she kept in contact with any of the people except the ones that Priscilla saw back here. I don't know that for a fact, but
I think our book might have had something to do with that too, because I had heard she didn't like it, didn't like the book and all.
But there was nothing that you said in there that was anything, or Marty or Lamar either, really, that was not,
I don't know. We just, but it doesn't matter. I mean, it hasn't. I mean, it ain't like I've lost sleep over it.
No.
If she didn't want to, she didn't want to.
That's right.
Didn't mean I didn't care about it, because I did. I've always cared about
I
it.
have too.
Even if we had our outs,
Right.
she was still,
His daughter and,
and
that little kid. I can just see that little face.
But
All right. Do y'all have any comment on whether or not you follow or are a member of Ginger Alden's official Exposing Lies and Truths group on Facebook? Are you members of that group on Facebook?
No, I've never heard of it.
Yeah, I'm not a member of it. There is one, and it is called it's Exposing Lies and Truths. There are I mean, I hate to break it, but there's instead of exposing lies and truth, exposing spies and truth, because there's people that are on our page and on that page and take little snapshots, and we see what some people have said, and of course I'm sure they see things that have been said on our channel, but you wouldn't say anything publicly that you wouldn't say to Ginger.
I wouldn't say anything out that I would not say to her in person. I have nothing against. I don't have any
against Ginger.
Any fight with her.
You know, that one disagreement, and I stay with my story. You know,
I feel like,
but that don't mean that he didn't
care about her.
He didn't, propose marriage or nothing else. I don't know what they did alone.
Right. Yeah.
All I can tell you is what
he told us.
He told us.
Right.
And
he told other people the same thing he told us, like Charlie and I don't
several
know
others.
Several others, but people want to make it out like we're in a big argument or something with her. Well, I've never wished her any bad.
No.
When we said what we said, we didn't know what she would said in her book.
Never had read her book. Didn't even know she had written one. To be honest with you.
No, and this is another thing that I have said before too. As long as their husbands were living, they didn't. We never heard anything about Ginger or Anita or anybody that. Or Dixie Lott, anybody that wrote a book on Elvis in later years was after their present husbands have passed away, which I can understand that because but we never had any arguments or anything with her.
Well,
no confrontations.
On social media,
wish her the best.
You never know. Sometimes on social media, you can use any name on social media you want to. There have been posts made that say they are by her. That it could be somebody using her page, or it could be her. There's been some pretty nasty comments that y'all are just mad. You're just this. You're just this. Or that y'all are changing your stories to fit your history and not going along with the truth, or this happened but you put your place in it and all of that. But while that's being said on those pages, it's the same people that are taking those snapshots, they're also coming to our page and saying, so it's like you were saying, stirring the pot. I always say people that stir the shit pot ought to have to lick the spoon. Why keep it going?
That's right.
It's a back and forth ordeal that's never. No, I'm saying the people that are, wanting to keep it going.
Because they like to hear drama and they like to hear arguments and they like to hear, all we know is what we know that we've seen with our own eyes, and we know what Elvis told us.
Right.
We don't know if what Elvis told us is that.
And the same for Ginger, or the same for anybody else. She
knows what Elvis told her.
Yeah, what they were told, and what you were told, and so. There shouldn't be an argument or nasty things said on social media.
No. That's like with the thing about Alicia Kerwin. They say, "Oh, that never was." Well, it is. We met her. We knew her. She was a friend.
Right.
Yeah, and the district attorney interviewed her.
Yeah.
I mean, why? And it's open to anybody to watch. I mean, why would they interview her if she had no kind of relation with Elvis?
If she didn't
exist. Give me a break. Don't just be completely, and I'm not real bright, and not the most.
You're not?
No, I'm afraid not. But anyway, it just, it's truth.
It's there,
and don't be scared of the truth. I mean, even Elvis could have been, I'm gonna marry Ginger, and still seen other women. That's the way Elvis was.
Yeah,
he did with every one of them.
I was gonna say it wasn't just Ginger that he did that. I mean, it was anybody he was with, and it was a known fact.
Even a long term, like Anita.
Yeah.
Barbara Hearn.
All of them.
All of them.
Linda.
Yeah. God,
and they, they knew it.
Priscilla, you know, and I mean, you don't exclude any of them because I can name you the ones he was seeing
Right.
during all them times. You
Right.
know.
And it doesn't mean he didn't tell every one of them.
No, I mean,
and
that's,
it doesn't
you know,
mean he didn't love them, but he
no,
just,
he loved, he
just,
loved them, you know.
Yeah, I mean, there was one
Even
that
after
was...
they, broke up, he still cared about them and
Right.
loved them, you know, but,
Well, there was a comment the other day and I asked you about it or told you about it. Said I was going to bring up on a video about you answered it on Facebook. It was a direct question for you about wedding dress shopping, and you said no, we didn't. Nobody got out. We did not
No.
get out. Well, over on another Facebook page, it was blown into this big ordeal, and I mean some really nasty comments that basically saying you were lying about that situation and all that, you know. So I mean, it's a constant drama.
well, you know,
ordeal.
she said,
now, let me clarify something first. We drove by a place that did have a wedding dress in the window.
Okay.
And we all commented about it. Elvis said, boy, you know, Ginger will look, beautiful in this.
or come up with some ideas.
And he said, you know, like with the tiara, or am I correcting it
I said
right?
that.
And yeah, and the long, flowing part of it and all that, and
But we didn't stop.
but we didn't stop.
Right.
I mean,
And now we don't know if Ginger said this or not. The person that was putting it back to us and trying to make like I said, stir the shit, or whatever. Maybe they weren't. Maybe they really saw it or whatever. But they said that we stayed in the car.
Right.
And they got out and went in. Is what they said. Ginger said, or what was in her book. Well, there's never been a time. Maybe she got us mixed up with somebody else.
Right.
And first of all, it was late at night,
Uh-huh.
and they were closed.
Right.
Yeah, the store was closed. You're
Store
right
was
about that. The
closed,
store was
you know.
closed. But I think we had left King Furs. Is where I think we had come
Well,
from.
I don't know where it was. or it might
Wherever
have
we
been-
were, it was
yeah,
downtown.
Yeah.
But Elvis had bought each one of us a mink coat, and we had gone with them to there. That's when I'm thinking it happened. But we went a lot of places with them.
Right.
So, but anyway,
So many places, and a lot of times you'll blend them together.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
I'm just saying maybe if Ginger said
Excuse
that, maybe she got us mixed up with somebody else that was
Yeah.
with them, which during that time it was usually Billy and me with them, but other people have been too.
Right. Yeah.
And, we're not saying, like what Billy said, what he told her and what he told us apparently was two different
You
things.
have your truths and
Right.
She
and
has
she has
hers.
hers,
Those are not
and
untruths.
you're not telling any untruths.
I'm
No.
not telling any
No
untruths.
untruths there.
I just say
our
right
story-
out lies. I'm not lying. I don't have to.
Yeah, our story,
That's my
conflicts
story.
with hers. That's
Yeah.
all it is to it.
It's a conflict.
'Cause,
But I mean,
and let me tell you something. Elvis, he told things to certain people, and
Tell
other
something.
people, would find out about it, and and gosh, so that was Elvis's way. He couldn't keep a secret to start with, and
And he covered his ass when
and
he
covered
had
his
to.
ass.
that's right. He would.
you took the heat.
But nevertheless, like I say, she's got her story, we got ours, and I'm not going to change mine, and I'm sure she's not going to change hers. But
Which-
as far as hating her, I don't hate
I
her,
don't either.
or none of her family.
No, I don't either. I wish her
And
all the best.
I've heard a lot of things, it's been said that I didn't appreciate, and I'm sure I've said things that they didn't
She
appreciate.
has never said anything to us.
No.
Supposedly it's to other people, and we have never talked to her about anything. So I figure it's the in between, like in a lot of cases, that is saying one
Cushioning.
thing and
Yeah.
telling her we don't. To be honest, I don't think about her that much. I didn't.
I reached out one time to her on her channel, and
her page.
boy, and I'm gonna tell you,
She wanted us to apologize or something, and for what? We didn't.
no, it wasn't that.
Wasn't it?
It was no.
I forgot what it was.
wanted, like I say, I did reach out to her, got on her her Facebook page, and boy, I'm gonna tell you, the Ginger lovers, they jumped all down me, and so I didn't, I didn't appreciate that, and I guess, she doesn't appreciate the stuff we say, on our channel, but they jumped us, and that's their right. But from there on, I don't reach out no more, 'cause
Right.
Everybody's got their own story.
got their own story, and that's
but
right.
make sure it's the truth. I'm not saying hers is not, as she knows it, but as we know it, it's different. And who's the culprit? Elvis.
Yeah. But it's really I don't even like to talk about.
I don't either.
The situation with Ginger and
But
Elvis.
it makes it like you have to either change what you know for a fact to make somebody happy, or they're gonna have to change it to go along with our story. And I'm not going.
Those that believe Ginger believe Ginger.
That's right. Believe whatever.
Yeah, who cares? I mean, I just. In fact, I don't even, like I say, I don't even really like to talk about it.
I don't like to bust anybody out, and I'm not saying that about Ginger. I'm just saying, if you're going to tell something, make sure it's the truth, because if I'm asked directly and I know it's not, I'm going to say it.
Yeah.
That's
Regardless
just how I
of who
am.
it is,
regardless of who it is. If that's not what we saw or what he told us or what happened when we were there, I'm going to say it.
I feel you.
You hear me?
I hear you.
I feel you. Yeah, she's there.
All right.
Look, we can't take too long.
I know,
You're going to have to get with it.
That was
That was
a question that's been answered already about Lisa's book. Did you all know, and this is a lady named Natalia Lee, or Natalia, I hope I've pronounced it right. She said she would love to one day get to meet you both. She said you may have met and known her mother, who was Susanna Lee in Paradise Hawaiian Style.
Yeah.
She said she lived in Memphis for many years and loved Elvis and the Fans. She passed away back in 2017. So she asked, did you recognize Susanna Lee?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yep, I remember.
That's longest.
Very
I
pretty,
know, she was,
very pretty.
Yeah,
actress.
and very likable. Yeah, she was a likable person. But, she wasn't. One thing I liked about actors and actresses is whether or not they're real,
Right.
If they've got this
Front.
this front Hollywood.
Fake Hollywood.
Yeah. And she didn't. She was a very likable person. Didn't mind talking to you, and
Right.
and carry on.
Wasn't she very
fun.
Southern?
If she was, she didn't show it.
Really?
Well, as an actress, a lot of times
You have to. A lot of times you change your Elvis changed his wording a lot of times.
Yeah, you have to, because.
But he still had the when he wasn't on screen, he still had the slang talk, like doing and saying and being and going.
Being.
Yeah.
Going.
So, well, I guess with that, Natalia, thanks for watching the channel.
Yeah.
I guess with that, we will go on this one. And
Where you going?
just
Where
straight
y'all
out
going?
here.
Y'all didn't include me.
You go.
Can I go?
I'm gonna fly
Always.
on my broom.
Now that I've got the silly part over, y'all ready?
We're ready.
Elvis fans?
Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching.